Hey everyone, Austin here again doing another stream. Twice in 1 week. How about that? How's it going, Burrs? Always good to see you, man. Bright and early in the morning. So yeah, we're going to be playing some Sharkey Shootout. I don't know for how long. Could be an hour. Could be a little bit longer. You know, the other day I said I'd stream AC/DC for maybe an hour. It ended up being almost 2 hours long. So, slightly something different today, though, is before I get started, I'm going to actually wipe down the playfield. So I'm just going to sit here and sort of talk to you guys and while I do that. And I'm going to check another box I have, too, and see about maybe changing the rubbers on the flippers. I don't think I have enough rubber to change the flipper rubber out. So I have to make an order to, like, Pinball Life or something to order a kit of stuff. I might do that on payday. We'll see. Because Sharkey Shootout is not horribly difficult, at least with how my machine's currently set. And I do need to raise the legs big time in the back. But I also want to try some different, kind of unconventional rubber, like blue or yellow or something like that. Or green. Probably blue, because it kind of matches the playfield. Yeah, because that'll basically give me, you know, much greater bounce, which might make the ball harder to control. Might make it easier to control. Some games actually work better with really bouncy rubber. I find a lot of games, though, black rubber makes them easier. And in the past, a lot of games came stock with red rubber. Red rubber is bouncier than black rubber. And then blue and yellow is another step up. Novus 2, probably not, Burrs. I'm just going to do a quick little coat of Novus 1, and mainly down here because my dumbass put the mic on the left-hand side of the cabinet, so I can't squeeze past that to get to the top of the playfield. Actually, I could actually bring the playfield out a little bit. No, that'll be a weird angle. So let me get my Novus. So I've got Novus 1, which is when I have just, you know, very, you know, when I want to just do like a very quick wipe down, I'll just use Novus 1. You can use it, wipe it down. You don't really have to wait for it to dry. You can just play right away. So we're going to do that. And then I've also got this super old bottle of Pin Guard rubber cleaner. So I'm going to like give the slings a quick wipe down, and maybe even the flipper rubbers. Not really necessary. But are these rubber posts? Yeah, the black posts are still rubber. I'm going to change those out. They're probably going to be hard posts when I change them out. Sharkey Shootout has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stand-up posts, post sleeves that you can change out. They're really easy to change out. So if you're like a modder, you can do that. I do want to change them out to a different color. Sharkey Shootout is not going to go anywhere, most likely, anytime soon. So it's one of those games that I do want to try to tweak a little bit. The rails here could definitely use a recoat. They're definitely eating up big time. So, like, you know, having all the rails, wire forms recoated and things like that would be pretty awesome. And yeah, so there's a couple things I'd like to do in this game. Install some spot lamps. As you can see, the playfield is kind of dark. I picked up this little $6 LED lamp at Walmart, and today actually. So that actually helps brighten up the playfield. It just attaches to my stand here, and it just plugs in to the same power port I've got the camcorder on. So, but you can see how dark the game is on the upper playfield. So I'd like to install some spot lamps too. That would be nice. And my cat is meowing like crazy. All right, let me get a couple rags. And Burrs says, I got some red flipper rubbers to keep on hand for when I need to replace them unexpectedly, since they're the most common. Yeah. Yeah, I normally keep rubbers on hand, but over this last year I've been really lazy about keeping stock on that stuff. I'm gonna get better about it. I think I was just kind of stressed out last year having that Wednesday obligation, and I wouldn't really tinker with my games much, but now I'm kind of getting into the mood again. So what I do is I'll just put it on the rag itself, and you can't see it on the camera, but there's like black streaks, on the return lanes, and so, if I see streaks going down like that, I know there's a coat of dirt over the rest of the playfield, and you'll see this right here. It looks dirty, but that's just because I've used this rag a ton of times, and I wash it every time I use it, but it'll be like much more noticeably dirty after I'm done here. And this is just Novice 1. You do Novice 2, and it's even worse. So Novice 2 is really good. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I got I also have the coin door shut. Let me open that up just so the drops and stuff don't pop back up. I've got my number 4 drop target that's not registering all the time too, and I might need to look into getting some of those, or getting that drop either replaced, like the switch replaced, or I have to look at it again. I'm not, I've had a lot of pins over the last 5 years, but I've never really maintained drop targets. It's one of those things I haven't done yet. Just like with pop bumpers, I haven't actually swapped out a pop bumper yet. I haven't had a need to, but now I've got a game with the drop target that's not always working. Sometimes it works. Most of the times it doesn't work though, which makes me think it's a switch issue. It is always something, but hey man, I mean that's what you get when you pay less than $2,000 for a game, for a DMD game, Sharkey Shootout's not an expensive game, but I think it's very difficult to find like home use only ones. It didn't sell that many as far as I'm aware. I mean, compared to some of those, like, I think later Sterns, not later Sterns, I mean now is later Sterns, but some of the Sterns like NBA or Rolling Stones or something, I think it's sold more than those. You see it more often than those, but compared to what the games are doing now numbers wise, I don't think it did very well. And the ones you do see are all routed and beat up usually. Mine's actually in I'm pretty happy with the condition mine's in. Most of my wear is just on the scoop hole and the cabinet itself. Everything else is actually pretty good. Yeah, so for those of you guys that don't know, I picked this game up at the York show in 2017. So October 2017 is when I picked it up, and the guy wanted $2,000 on it. I ended up talking him down to $1,900. I'm not a very good haggler. I don't like haggling, but he had offered me like a combo deal on 2 games for like $3,600 or something. It would have been this and an X-Files. But I actually would have potentially taken him up on that offer, but I had already committed to buy an EM from a friend, so I couldn't drop $3,600. If he had offered, like, if there was something there for $3,000, I could have done it, but yeah, I wasn't able to do that. But then after he offered me that combo deal, I was like, well, you're only getting 17 for each game. Like, it was like $17.50 for each game. I was like, maybe he'll just take $100 less on Sharkies. I don't really care. I mean, you can't beat a sub $2,000 Stern DMD game unless it's Striker Extreme, but that's a different story. Even that game's fun though. I wouldn't mind owning a Striker Extreme for a little bit. I've played. A friend has an NFL, and NFL it's Sharkey Shootout. It's same game basically, different theme, better theme arguably. The Sharkey Shootout, artwork is pretty pitiful, and the soundtrack is pretty pitiful as well. But it would still be a fun game to own for a little bit. I would definitely I'd like to get to the end wizard mode just to kind of see what it's like, because you don't hear about people that play Striker Extreme. But yeah, I'm just kind of digressing. But yeah, I mean, like, you really can't beat a sub $2,000 modern Stern, and you know, so, and I guess the whole point is it's just like, I'm not too worried about, the condition, for the price I paid. It's not really a big deal. All right, so I'm just like, I've got this rubber cleaner now. I'm just using it on the post. It's really unnecessary for right now, because I'm going to eventually replace those posts anyway. But I figured I'd do the slings while I've got the glass off, since the slings get a lot of action, and they are black rubber. So there you can see. There you go. That's the dirt from the rubber. So I use that rubber cleaner to do that. It dries really fast as well. And you say you're not supposed to get it on the play field, and I sometimes do that by accident, but I found as long as you've got a clear coat in your game, you'll be okay. Just try not to do it. And like some of these wire forms I'd like to take off to be able to get the end lanes better, but I have, you can use a toothbrush or something for that. Let me check what rubbers I have real quick, and then we'll start up a game. Rebuilding the pop members and police forces. What got you procrastinating on it? Yeah, I hear you, Burrs. Yeah, this game is really fun, Burrs. Like I said, I'm really glad I picked this game up. It's one of those, like I said, sub $2,000 games. And on games I've never played before, I always say to myself, like, yeah, I really want that game. It'll be fun to have for a little while. And then when the opportunity comes up to buy it, I start to hesitate. It's like, are you going to eat your words, man, or are you going to actually go through with it? I was like, screw it, I'm going to get it anyway. Because I played it at the show a couple times, and I was like, this is actually pretty fun. And I got it home, man, and I fell in love with it. It's like, I haven't had that feeling yet, like, oh god, I gotta get rid of this game. Like, no, I don't. Especially for the price, I'm not getting rid of this game. It's not worth it. Not worth it to get rid of it. It's too much fun. All right. Ooh, what is this? We got, oh, is this real rubber or is it Titan? I think this is Titan rubber. Oh, I have two. Okay, I have two bands of blue, and then I have. Is this Titan? It is Titan, yeah. And are these super bands or are they Titan? These are super bands. These have got to be super bands. So apparently I have two blue for super bands, clear super bands, one yellow, one cat meowing behind me, one black. That's fine. I mean, I'm just gonna leave the top flipper as is. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? And people are gonna hate me for this, like on the archive. They're like, "Oh, it's so fugly," but this is just like a temporary thing. I'm gonna go ahead and put the yellow on the top one, the blue on the bottom. Yeah, you can hear Patchouli, can't you? It's like the second I fired up the stream, the second I started talking, she started talking right back to me. It's like, Kat, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to other people. I wouldn't mind replacing these flipper bats too. You can tell they're old, but they have these Sharkey Shootout decals on them, and I don't know if you can get those decals. Yeah, Burrs, we'll see how it looks. I mean, I'm going to do it anyway. For one, just to get some fresh rubber on there. You know, it's been almost, you know, I guess it's been 4 months since I've owned the game. Almost 5 months. So, you know, it wouldn't hurt to get a fresh set of rubber. These black rubbers came on the game. I did not put new rubbers on when I got the game. The guy had this game, the previous owner had this game cleaned up pretty well. I think he did the LED job. I had to buy the OCD board though, because the LEDs were really bad. Oh shit, I forgot. I was gonna replace the flashers with incandescents. So there's 5 red arrows. They're not actual insert lamps, they're flashers. And so he replaced them with LED flashers. Don't ever replace incandescent flashers with LED flashers for like really important shots, because they flicker like crazy. It's not good. All right, get this yellow rubber on. Actually, I'm gonna have to use some rubber cleaner on this too, because this yellow rubber's been used. Yeah, so for those of you guys watching the archive on YouTube after the fact, I am going to do dedicated gameplay videos of these games eventually, you know, like AC/DC, Sharkey, Shootout. I also have a Dirty Harry now, which I haven't featured on my channel yet. And, you know, that'll happen eventually. Sharkey, Shootout, like I said, it's a game I don't plan on getting rid of anytime soon. So you guys will see me stream it. But there will also be that usual dedicated gameplay video eventually, you know, once I get around to it. So, you know, I posted my first gameplay video in a while last week, which was Trickshot by Capcom. I actually recorded that footage months ago, and I never was so lazy about getting around to doing the commentary. You know, it's the thing about having all these projects. You know, when I was on the Buffalo Pinball strain, that was one project that took up time, and that was time taken away from other things like making my gameplay videos. So now that I'm, you know, back out on my own, so to speak, I have that time freed up now to make gameplay videos. You know, alongside my other personal projects. All right. So we will see how this plays with really bouncy rubber. So I actually was talking in a thread on Pinside earlier this week about, you know, adjusting or changing your rubbers on your games, you know, just to mix things up. And one thing I do now is, you know, sometimes I'll put super bands on the game. And then, you know, a couple months later, I'll put blue rubbers on a game, so it's super bouncy. And then I'll put black rubbers back on. Yeah, I think it's not a bad way to mix up the gameplay, try to make the game a little more varied. And let's play!
I'm Jeanette Lee, the best pool player in the world.
Alright. So, Sharkey's Shootout. Really fun game. First major feature I want to talk about before I actually plunge is that this game has an extra button on each side of the side rails. So you've got two flipper buttons, but you've also got post-save buttons. And actually, Burrs, that yellow flipper rubber actually looks pretty cool up there. Huh. Blue flipper rubber doesn't look as good because it kind of blends in with the playfield, but that's okay. But yeah. So if you press one of those buttons, so say the left button, the left post-save comes up. You press the right button, the right post-save comes up. You press both together, the center one comes up. Now, these are one-time use only. So you can use each of your three once each. And there is a way to relight them, but it's kind of a lot of work to relight them. So you know, it's not like, say, Rolling Stones Limited Edition, where when the posts are enabled, it's just unlimited use over and over and over again. So Sharkey Shootout, you do want to use your posts, but remember that, you know, you don't want to use them if you don't have to. So if you think you can nudge the ball back into play, or if the ball doesn't look like it's actually going to go out, don't panic and use the post save. You know, you really want to save it for when you need it. And so yeah, so if you plunge, there's actually the middle lane, which is the skill shot lane. It'll give you about 5 million points.
Nice go.
Ooh, talk about some bounce. Wow, that's going to make things really interesting. Yeah, so center lane will give you about 5 million points for the skill shot, and then it will, yeah, I'll give you 5 million points for the skill shot. On subsequent balls, it'll give you 10, 15, etc., etc. It'll also light bumper pool. Bumper pool is this round that basically makes the pop bumpers worth a lot more, depending on the value you built them up to. And hitting the scoop will raise the value of the pop bumpers. Backhanding that right inner loop will lock balls for multi-ball. On stock settings, you always have a couple of balls lit for multi-ball. So we're going to just try to play multi-ball first. I usually try to pick off multi-ball first when I play this game. Yeah, the bounce is actually kind of hard to get used to. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, you want to mix up your games, put some different flipper rubber on it. I mean, flipper rubber alone can really change the feel of the game. I'm just gonna let that bounce pass. Alright, so it's multi-ball time.
Yeah, baby.
And I'm just gonna focus on explaining jackpots and stuff like that right now. So your 4 red lights will be lit for jackpots. And after you hit a certain amount of jackpots, you light the super jackpots. Very basic, but it can be very lucrative. So when you're in multi-ball, you really want to go ahead and play out your multi-ball. And I'm just going to cradle up here. And so what I like to do usually is just try to milk the left ramp over and over. You know, if I can actually hit it. Now, we're actually in a mode called Trickshot. And when you're in Trickshot, the ramp's going to actually divert over to left. So what I'm going to do is just try to hit other shots. And my phone is ringing. It's a junk call. I can tell by the phone number. Alright, so the super jackpot's lit now. You can collect that by either hitting the loop from the upper flipper, or you can hit the inner loop. And we'll try to, sometimes you can backhand it like that, but that didn't work. Just try to get control right now. Oh, almost, that almost went up. If my flippers were stronger, that would have actually gone up. Alright, so I'm just going to try to backhand it. Oops. There we go. So the super jackpot starts at about, I want to say 25. Ooh, it's 50. It's 25, but we actually went into our second opponent, Tex. And Tex actually maxes out the jackpot value. So that actually would have been a 25 million super jackpot if I was playing a different opponent. But since we're playing Tex, you know, the super is worth a lot more. The jackpots themselves are worth a lot more too. But because we actually ended that trick shot mode, you guys didn't actually get to see, because I was in multi-ball. The ramp is no longer diverting. So in this situation, I can just let the ramp loop over and over again. I'll just collect those 10 million point jackpots. Try to get that super lit.
Go for the 9-ball, kid.
That was good. Ooh, what was that? What was that? I think those wire forms a little too clean now. Alright, let's try to do an over-under like that. Let's get that super jackpot. Can we get it? Can I get the ball back, please? No, there is grace period for things like jackpots and super jackpots. So unfortunately, we missed the super jackpot. That would have been 50 mil for the super jackpot. So here's what's going on here: is you have to hit the drop targets to play your pool opponents down here. So we're on sticks right now, and once you knock all those drops down, depending on which game you're in, you'll have to hit the final shot, which can either be the inner right loop or it can be the left orbit if you're a 9-ball there. So once you defeat your opponent, you hit the final shot, you'll go into Trickshot, and you got two choices here on Trickshot. You can try to hit the drop targets like so to raise the Trickshot value, so it's up to 8.75 now. Or you can hit the right inner loop like that, which it was actually an accidental shot, and you'll collect the Trickshot value. Now the Trickshot value never goes down over the course of the game, and you always play that after you defeat an opponent. Now, an interesting thing here is, actually I'll try to explain it after this. Left ramp will actually spot you your drop targets. So, you know, if you got the ball in the left flipper and you're like, drop targets are really risky, I don't want to go for them, try to get it on the right flipper and just shoot your ramp. But our ramp's also lit for the mystery ball. And whenever the mystery ball is lit, you really want to collect it. And it just gives you a whole slew of rewards. You can get mystery points, a hurry up, light extra ball. We just lit extra ball. And we just collected it. It can also start instant multi-ball. It can award you a jackpot. Things like that. It can light the Black Widow hurry up. The Black Widow hurry up. Ooh, I could have actually saved that with the post. So Black Widow hurry up is actually a drop target that comes up on that 8-ball loop from the upper flipper. And if you can complete that hurry up, it'll actually light ball lock. You'll get small points, but it'll also light your ball lock. So there's only one core multi-ball in the game, which is just your regular multi-ball. And that can turn into Stampede multi-ball if you have text running, but it's basically the same thing, just in Stampede your values are doubled. It's the same multi-ball. But yeah, to light that Black Widow hurry up, you can hit the upper loop a couple times. Sometimes it also involves hitting the left orbit. I haven't quite figured it out exactly. I need to do more like precise glass off testing to really get some of these details like just confirmed. But like I said, your left ramp also spots your pool balls, and you got to knock your pool balls down on the right to get through your opponents. So what I'll usually do is just, holy crap, I did it again. That wire form is just too clean. It's too clean, guys. That's crazy. I've got to watch out for that now. It was the first time I did it, I was in multi-ball, and it was like, okay, it's not a big deal, but it just did it in single ball play. So we're going to go ahead and collect our 9-ball. So kind of like real world 9-ball, you don't have to hit all the pool balls down. So the rules of traditional 9-ball in billiards is you have to hit the next ball in order. So if you got, you know, if you've got all the balls on the table, you got to hit the 1 ball. If you got the first ball down, you have to hit the 2 ball. However, you know, in order to win the game, you have to hit the 9-ball. Eventually as your final ball. However, as long as you're on the ball you need to hit, you can combo that ball into the 9-ball and send the 9-ball into a pocket. You'll win automatically. So in 9-ball you can win as early as the very, you know, first shot after the break. And it's similar rules in this game, so you can knock down only a couple of balls in 9-ball, and the 9-ball will actually light on the left orbit and you'll be able to finish your opponent early. Now, to tell what pool game you're in, there's 2 flashing inserts in the middle of the playfield, so right above the rack. And so currently we're in 8-ball right now, so this is where we basically have to, you know, knock down all the balls. There's 3 balls left. I collect that combo. But what we're going to do is probably just shoot the ramp over and over. To get those last 3 balls down and then move on to our next opponent. So let's try to do that. Ooh, missed. Just let it bounce over. Got a little bit better bounce now with those blue rubbers. It's actually pretty nice. That actually helps because my game is not very steep right now. And that can actually help me play a little bit better. Ooh, I should have used my center post. Yeah, I should have used my center post.
Baby.
My plunger rod, I think, also needs to be replaced. Hell, maybe the whole assembly, because it's very, very stiff. Alright, so we got the 2-ball left. I'm going to go ahead and just hit that ramp to collect it, and there it is. Now, if you hit the ramp twice in a row, you actually light combos, or start combo. And once you've lit start combo, like so, you can hit the right inner loop to collect combo. It starts at 10 million, it goes up to 20 and 30, 40. It keeps going up by 10 million every time you successfully complete it. And the value resets at the end of your ball. If you can get your combos up, it's worth just going for combos. I've had them up to 50 million a shot. And 50 million points is a lot of points in this game. Hey, Mighty Squirrel, how are you doing this morning? So we're going to go ahead and just backhand that inner loop again to finish off Trickshot. That takes us to Sharkey. Now the opponents come in basically any order. There's no rhythm or rhyme to it as far as I'm aware. I'm not, again, like I said, I need to do a little more glass-off testing to get some finer details. I'm not sure if like pop bumpers or something alternate your opponent. I'm going to have to find out. But we also have the mystery ball lit. And the reason you want to collect the mystery ball is that you'll notice that your wire forms, they feed after the in-lane switches. So if you hit the ramp and the ball comes down, it's not like a lot of current games where it's going to hit the switch. And to relight the mystery ball, you have to complete your 4 lanes down here, the pool lanes. So if I see that thing lit, I'm collecting it just to get the awards. Because I don't want to complete pool again without collecting the one that's lit. And what you'll find is a lot of times you will complete pool when mystery ball was already lit. It's better to collect the mystery ball, then relight it, and collect it again. 2 collects is better than 1. Glad to see some pinball this morning. Nice, man. Well, it is Friday, so I hope your workday goes by pretty smoothly. And this is mystery. What do we got here? We got mystery. Wow. So we got the Black Widow Hurry Up, actually. And this is what I was talking about. If you hit the drop target up there, you'll get some points because it is a hurry up. But you'll also get a lock lit. Ooh, that was close. And so I'm going to just backhand the lock. One more for multi-ball. I want to say I'm on ball 2. Yeah, I am on ball 2. I've had so many extra balls. Which is good. That means I can sort of just really talk about the game and not have to stress too much. So what I'm going to do is actually hit that left orbit. I'm going to get that Black Widow Hurry Up lit again. What's actually kind of cool about your top lanes, by the way. Ooh, we got combo ready. I'm going to say I gotta collect that. What do we got there? Wax is now hosting me. Thank you, Wax. That was actually a pretty fast drain. I could have saved that technically, but I didn't see that drain coming, so I didn't even think to push that post save button. So what I want to do is I do want to get my last multi-ball going. And so what I'm going to do is actually have to hit the upper loop. And that's what's going to get me my Black Widow Hurry Up. Unfortunately, there's not really a way to feed your upper flipper. Sometimes, well, I should say there's not a way to feed your upper flipper when a shot's not lit on it. So now we've got the Black Widow Hurry Up is lit up there. That'll feed your upper flipper. A post comes up, so let's go ahead and hit it. There we go. So now it'll be easier to hit that upper shot. And because my flippers are kind of used and abused. Hey, Wax, thanks for the follow, man. Because my flippers are a little used and abused. What I find is that it's easier for me to hit that upper loop shot if I stage the upper flipper. And so, Really good practice maneuver too. You'll find that works really well in a bunch of games. And you know, see if you're in competition, you're playing on like an old dirty routed machine that hasn't had a flipper rebuild in ages. You might find that that'll work out for you pretty well. Okay, so what I want to do is try to get under control here. It looks like I'm in Trickshot. Actually, I'm not in Trickshot yet, but I'm on my last ball for Sharkey. So we just collected that, and we got a super jackpot. Now, unfortunately, in regular multi-ball, there is no add-a-ball. And I want to hit the right inner loop again so I can get collect that trick shot. There we go. Okay, so trick shot's done. You can tell because all the drops came back up.
I'm Jeanette Lee, the best pool player in the world.
Oh, my playfield cam's out. Oh, that's not good. Oh!
Very good. Do it again.
Crap.
I like it.
Yeah. And I know why. I guess we're gonna have to stop the game. That's a bummer. We were right at the end too. Yeah, I know why it's going out too. Disconnect it. My cables are all tangled. Yeah, Burrs, I saw it come back up for a second, but I figured I would try to fix it more permanently. Yeah, the problem is that my capture card was facing the machine this time, and I did a death save, and I think I bumped the cabling. So. Alright, let's see how that works. Yeah, I might actually have to restart the stream. Yeah, when this happens, it's usually, it means I gotta restart the whole damn computer, because Elgato's stuff is a piece of garbage. Even though it says no signal, it's actually got a signal. It kind of goes into this just like permanent no signal mode until I restart. And let me just make sure. I'm going to mess around with the HDMI cable real quick. Hey, Howard. Yeah, it seems like I've either got a faulty cable or I've got a faulty connector again. Do not ever buy external Elgato capture cards. Don't buy them. Every single one I've had has had problems. Granted, I've only had 2, but they both had problems with the connections. The old one I had to just trash because the USB port just literally came off completely. Yeah. If you're going to buy Elgato stuff, buy the internalized cards. Do not buy external cards. And on a laptop setup, unfortunately, you don't have much of a choice. But I might suggest going with a different brand completely. Like Black Magic apparently makes pretty good stuff. Okay, well, let's try this again. So now that I've explained, you know, most of the game, I'll just kind of just play normally and just talk with you guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting. And I know some of you out there, like Wax, I guess hadn't been following me already before the Buffalo Pinball stuff. And so thanks for finding me here on my own channel, Wax. I appreciate it, man. Now I went ahead and saved that ball right there because ball save is really short on this. I've even extended it by a couple seconds, but there's nothing in this game that stops the ball save timer. So if the ball's in the pops, the ball save's still going. Okay, multi-ball's lit too. What's really cool though, is that if you say get a free multi-ball off the mystery ball, when you come out of that multi-ball, if you already had balls locked, or ball locks lit, sorry, you will, those ball locks will still be lit. And I think my mystery ball, there's a toy on the top of the playfield that spins around. I think it's like acting up because it keeps rotating to the same award, which is weird. And the award it landed on wasn't the award it actually gave me, so I'm gonna have to open that up and see what's going on. It's really not a crucial feature. I mean, it's good to know what you're getting, but you're gonna find out regardless. So, alright, so Trickshot's going. Let's go ahead and try to max out our Trickshot on this game. Because the Trickshot maxes out at, I think, 25. And remember, you have to play Trickshot after every opponent. And so if you can max it out to 25 in the very beginning, every opponent you go through will be 25 million points on top of the points they're already worth. So I skimmed that drop target, but that's okay. At least I raised the Trickshot value a little bit. We can just do it bit by bit, ball by ball. And remember that the left ramp spots pool walls. So when you're in multi-ball, you can go for the drop targets, you can spot pool balls, you can hit the ramp, and that'll spot pool balls. Alright, so our next opponent is just about to be defeated. We just have to backhand that shot. Got it.
Take the money. You earned it, soldier. Now that's big.
So this is actually a good time to play Trickshot, though. Because we're in multi-ball. It's a lot safer to play Trickshot in multi-ball than it is in single-ball play. Oops. Hey, Vovov, how's it going, man? So mystery ball's lit, so I'm gonna collect that. Maybe we'll get a free multi-ball. Trickshot's up to 10 million. Free multi-ball. Yeah, I think my, the little spinning disc inside that mystery ball might not be working now. It's just like, seems like it's stuck on mystery. You guys probably can't see it, unfortunately. But if you take a look at Sharkey's Shootout photos online, you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just keep going for this Trickshot. The Trickshot value. Just waking up to get back to In Disc today. It never drains in Southern California. That's going on this week? I did not know that. There's a lot going on this week. Games Done Quick is going on this week. So I've been watching that all week. That's been a lot of fun. Yeah, so like, you know, my best bet is really to go for jackpots if I'm thinking about points. But, you know, getting that Trickshot value up is nice, because that'll pay off over the course of the game. We're up to 16 right now. Mystery Ball's lit again, because I hit so many lanes during my multi-ball. Let it bounce. Let's go ahead and go for it again. Like I said, whenever it's lit, I collect it. Every time I go into this mode, I freak out because I think the capture card is messed up again and it's just frozen. Because nothing else shines on the playfield. Now this is a pretty cool mode. It's basic. It's kind of like classic Data East or Sega. Your left ramp lights, you just hit it a bunch of times. It's actually worth playing out though, because remember that if you're in normal play, your left ramp spots you pool balls. And also, this can be worth, you know, 35 plus million points for completing it. And that's a decent little chunk of points. Got it. See, it says 35 million. I want to say you might actually get more than 35 for it.
How you doing, Callie? My name is Dick.
But I need to, again, do more glass off testing. Okay, so I don't actually want to hit the drop targets right now. I'd rather hit the ramp. And I tried something dumb there. I've been trying a lot of dumb things since I've been streaming on my channel again. Nice. Okay, so what I could do right now is I could keep hitting that ramp, or I could cash out that 9-ball. Bam. That defeats my opponent. I just have to hit the inner 8-ball loop on the right-hand side. That'll collect the value from my opponents. Oh no, it already did. That's what the 9-ball shot was for. Durr. But now we're back in Trickshot. And like I said, I want to keep building that up.
Excellent.
2-hour drive. Yeah, well, best of luck at the tournament, Vuvov. Yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with pinball events. And, you know, aside from maybe a couple of the local ones, but I haven't been going to them. Yeah, so I didn't even know that It Never Drains is happening this weekend. That's cool. I know that's a really big tournament. Look at that! We can actually use both buttons to bring up our center post. See, it's up to 20 million right now. Yeah, 21.25 or 21.250 is what I meant. Trying some little backhand thingies I really shouldn't be trying. Like getting the ball halfway in the flipper and trying to pop it back. It's not worth it. Count as double flipping.
I like it.
Remember that the post saves are limited, so since I've used it, I can't use it again until I relight it. Yeah, so the unfortunate thing about that is we lost the Trickshot value. You know, it was close to 25 million points. So I'm just gonna pick off that left ramp. Good little flick pass. There it is. Remember, 2 ramps in a row will also light combos. And when combos are lit, the ball should divert. There we go, it diverted that time. And then you can go ahead and hit your combo shot. I don't think we've actually collected any combos yet, but it's worth going for. It only starts off at 10 million points. And unfortunately, it did not collect. There's some weird things about the that inner 8-ball shot. If something else is going on, like sometimes it spots a pool ball. I don't know why. If it does that, it won't collect your combo sometimes. It's weird.
You earned it, soldier.
You ain't half bad.
Alright, so back in the trick shot. Now, I could either try to max it out. Actually, I'm going to max it out because it's only like one more shot. 2 more shots. There we go. And now it's 20, it's maxed out, 25. I kind of wish it would go higher, though. Because it would be really fun to just try to see how high it goes and then just cash that out over and over. That's one of my complaints about Sharkey's Shootout, is that it does have some good risk versus reward to a certain extent. Like, you know, the trick shot caps out at 25 million. It'll be awesome if it can go a lot higher than that. There's other things in the game that I feel like should be worth more points. Like the Black Widow shot should probably be worth more points. Because it's dangerous and risky. Yeah, so a few different features in the game I think could be worth more, but still, I mean, 25 mil is still pretty solid. But it would be nice, it would kind of give you like other goals to go for. Like, say you didn't want to just play for the Wizard mode, say you just wanted to play for Trickshot. You know, I like it when games let you just kind of get absurd with things. Is that game? No, that's ball 2. Okay.
Keep it up, kid.
It's our first skill shot.
Sally.
We got another extra ball. That actually might have been from replay? I don't know.
Do it again, kid. I feel it.
Okay, so 9 balls lit. I'm gonna just go ahead and take it. And it didn't register.
You're not
Now it registered. Registered on the way back.
more luck, huh, human?
I'm gonna also go for that Black Widow hurry up because it's lit. Bam, because that'll light my next lock. Lighting locks is good. Alright, let's backhand that 8-ball shot. There it is. 25 million. So there you can see, building up that trick shot, it's worth it. So now we're playing Jeanette Lee, who's a real-world pool player. And you have to fight Jeanette twice. So while the 5 other characters in this game are fictitious, Jeanette is actually a real person. I don't know if she provided the voice samples. It would be interesting to find that out. There's not a whole lot of information on this game, honestly. It's not a very popular game. People don't like it all that much. I'm going to go ahead and do the mystery ball, actually. Actually, I'm going to push the game back over a little bit. Black Widow hurry up, actually. That's good, because I can collect that and then get another ball lock lit. Ooh, I just... Oh, no, it didn't register. Okay, that actually kind of worked out. So what should have happened is I should have defeated Jeanette at 8-ball by hitting that inner 8-ball shot, but it ended up not registering. Like I said, there's some weird stuff going on with this game in terms of like things registering. There we go. Alright, so I got it. It wasn't worth anything because it had ticked down almost all the way. But I've got my lock lit now, which is great. Remember, multi-ball is very, very useful. You can get all the way to the wizard mode through your multi-ball. Because remember, you can defeat your opponents during multi-ball.
You ain't half bad.
But what I would prefer is playing my multi-ball after I play the wizard mode. Actually, what I could do is play the multi-ball during the wizard mode. It'd be like, not quadruple points, it'd be a lot more points. So every time you get ready to defeat Jeanette at the game, the Black Widow hurry-up comes up. So she's known as the Black Widow, and that's what the whole Black Widow hurry-up thing is all about. So we're in 9-ball now. We're going to go ahead and just play the multi-ball. And Vovoof loves absurd things. Yeah, I always get disappointed when a game doesn't allow you to just get kind of crazy with certain scoring elements. Like, I was really disappointed on Ripley's Believe It or Not when I found out that the combo shots cap out at, like, 400,000 points or something. Or maybe it was less, like 300,000. And the combos are really hard to do. You don't get them very often. So if I just wanted to play for combos all day, just for fun, I'm not going to end up with any points, and so it's not satisfying to do it. And I just completely wasted that multi-ball. But if your combo value never, like, capped, it would be fun to literally just play for combos all day. Like, I like it when games just kind of, like, let me goof off like that and still reward me in the process. This sounds really dumb, but on... Well, I won't explain it now because we just got to the wizard mode, but I'll explain it after this. Yeah, so wizard mode, it's pretty simple. Your 4 main shots light. You just shoot them and collect them. And then after that, the Black Widow hurry-up lights. If you can successfully complete the Black Widow hurry-up, you get an add-a-ball. And you basically just do this infinitely. You do it over and over and over again until you can't do it anymore. Every switch is something like 250,000 points a hit as well, which is actually, that adds up. 250k per switch, you get the ball in the pops, you're getting a couple million points. It's good stuff. Alright, so the Black Widow hurry-up is lit now, so we just have to hit that. And because I've got 2 balls trapped on the left, I'm going to stage my upper flipper. Which is just basically dropping the flipper button a teensy tiny bit to let go of the switch. So there's, you know, there's a leaf switch in there with, I guess, you know, is it 2 leaves? Or is it 2 switches? I don't know. But basically, there's a couple of switches in there. When you release it, you're only hitting the bottom switch. You'd have to open up a pinball machine. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. But yeah, so staging is very, very important in this game. And it looks like I let the hurry-up time out, actually. That's okay. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, had I collected the hurry-up, we would have gotten an add-a-ball. But it's only 4 shots, you know. I'm not really going to stress it. For the sake of demonstration purposes. Now, what's really cool about this is this Black Widow hurry-up will remain lit even after you drain and you go back into regular play. And if you can collect it during regular play, you'll go right back into the wizard mode. Bam. So now we're going right back into the wizard mode, even though we drain our balls. Oops. Now we're coming right back out of the wizard mode. But that was the wizard mode. It's a fun wizard mode. I like it. It's simple. But I like that all the switches give you a good chunk of points. Black Widow hurry-up is lit again. So I'm going to collect that and to get our next ball lock lit. Hey, Arcade. We're gonna go ahead and hit that upper drop target.
You're not lucky. You're good.
Or attempt to.
You continue to surprise me, human.
There it is. Got it. Yeah, so this is the only way to light locks in this game. So, you know, if you see it, I like to take it if I see it. There it is. Ball lock. 2 more for multi-ball. Yeah, I mean, I guess the absurdity I like Vovoof is not so much just like broken scoring absurdity like Ghostbusters or Batman 66. You know, I like it when a designer or, sorry, a coder programs things in that you're probably, they're not going to make a big difference in normal play. But if you wanted to just goof off and just like hit them over and over, they can be built up to something worthwhile. So like this sounds really dumb, but on Trickshot, there's this captive ball in the game. If you hit it, you get 10,000 points. That value goes up by 10,000 points every time you successfully hit it. It never depletes over the course of the game. I played a game on the Buffalo stream where I hit it 98 or 99 times, and it was worth almost 1,000,000 points a shot by that point. And it was worth just playing for by that point, because 1,000,000 points is a lot of points in Trickshot. Like, it's a lot of points. I mean, that captive ball started to rival the wizard mode. But it was like a 30-minute game of me just hitting the captive ball. And I like having the ability to just goof off like that if I really wanted to. But so many games don't let you do that. Like, Sharkey's Shootout doesn't really let you do it. Like I was talking the Trickshot value. The Trickshot raises very slowly. But it'd be really cool if you could just play it all day and build it up to like 100 million a shot, you know? That's the kind of absurdity I'm talking about. I guess it's not absurd, you know, under normal circumstances, but you can make it absurd. Like, who would want to shoot the captive ball 100 times on Trickshot?
Yeah,
I would. It makes for good stream material too, you know. Games that allow you to do so many different things in stream, I think, are a lot more interesting to stream as well. You know, Dirty Harry can get repetitive, but I can play games where I just shoot the upper ramp all day and see how many points I get. And that could be really satisfying, actually. Sopranos, one thing I do is I just go for orbits all day. I just do truck heist all day and see how many points I can come out, you know, with. You know, the value continues to rise and rise. Actually, I think the value caps in Sopranos, but it's still kind of a satisfying amount. You know, you can just hit it over and over. Every third shot, you know, orbit gates open up. You got to be able to control the ball, and then you collect the hurry up. So, all right, Black Widow hurry up again. But yeah, like I was saying, Ripley's was an example where I discovered it had combos, and I didn't know it had combos. They're not really well communicated, but it's basically if you shoot the left orbit through the pops and you hit the ball from the upper flipper and you hit one of the upper loops, either the super jackpot shot or just the upper spinner, you'll get a combo score. And it starts off really small, like it's 150,000 points, which is just like pathetic points even by Ripley's standards. And there's no incentive to go for it, but if you do keep going for it, the value does rise, and it rises to like 400 or 500,000 or something like that, which still isn't worth going for. But if it kept going up to like, you know, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, if you just could just play combos all day, it would be really fun to see where it goes. It wouldn't affect normal gameplay for the most part, because no one goes through the pops on Ripley's, right? It's like it's a death shot. You don't want to do that on Ripley's. You just want to feed your very target or hit one of your ramps. Like, you don't want to go through the pops on Ripley's. There's no reason to. But if I got bored and I just wanted to, you know, do that combo shot over and over and over again, it would be fun to just do that. But because the value caps out so small, it's not satisfying. Like, I go for combos all game, I come out with maybe 5 million tops. You know, it's like, that's not very satisfying. So we're back in Mystery Millions. This is the left ramp mode. You just shoot it over and over. Again, I like playing it because you can come out with some decent little points. 9 ball's also lit, but I also want to finish out this mode. There we go, 9 balls done.
Excellent.
Yeah, speaking of spinner value, 24 by Stern has this mechanic. It's the mole targets. If you hit the mole target, you'll light a hurry up on the center ramp. And when you collect that hurry up successfully, it automatically applies a multiplier to a random shot in the playfield. There's like no rhythm or rhyme to it. And you can do that multiple times, and you can get a single shot up to 5 times value, and it's permanent for the rest of the game. Oh, nice. Stampede multi-ball. Some big jackpots here. I had a game where it applied the value to the left spinner over and over. And the left spinner in 24 is actually worth decent points. You know. But I had it at 5x. I was getting like a couple million points for hitting it. For like a really good spin. And because it's a Steve Ritchie game, you know, you can backhand the spinner like it's nothing. And we're out of multi-ball. That's pretty pathetic. Yeah, you can just like rip the spinner from either flipper. And I just played spinner for the rest of the game. I came out with like 1 billion points, which is like a huge amount of points on 24. I like it when games allow me to do that. But it's not one of those things where it's like, it's inherently broken like out of the gate. Like, you've got to do stuff to get it worth that much, you know. It's not, you don't just step up to the game and just shoot it and it's worth a gazillion points. It doesn't work like that. So, you know, I like it when games allow me to do that. How do you get the multiplier? You're talking 24? The multiplier is this like bank of yellow stand-ups next on the right side of the left ramp on 24. And you hit those and it lights a hurry up on the center. When you collect the hurry up, it randomly applies a multiplier. It starts at 2x, and then if you get it and it applies it to the same shot again, it'll go 3x, you know, etc., etc. What's up, Patchouli? You want to come over here? Alright. Yeah, 24 is actually another game I'd like to own again. But people have been trying to sell them for way too much money. They're like, it's rare. It's rare. Like, oh, come on, give me a break. Give me a freaking break. It's a good game. I like it, actually. It's not a $4,000 game, though. So, alright. Yeah, so we're about an hour in. If you guys want, I can play one more game, and then I'll probably head out. Patchouli! Come on, Patchouli! Come on, Patchouli! Patchouli! Come on! You gonna come up or what? Patchouli? My cat's sitting on the other side of the room just howling at me. And she's just staring at me. Usually what she does is she jumps over and then she comes and jumps on the pinball machine, but she's being very standoffish today. She clearly wants the attention. Here she comes. You coming over? Are you coming over? You coming over? You need to knock the DMD cam off so Burrs gets sick. Up here, Patchouli. Whoa. Wrong one, Patchouli. Up here. No. What? Hey. She tried jumping on AC/DC and missed. Hey. What are you doing? Alright. You missed your chance. I'm gonna play a game. Hey, Jose. How are you doing, sir?
I'm Jeanette Lee, the best pool player in the world.
Yeah, people need to stop paying for it though, Vavoof. That's the thing. You know, it's becoming very much like video games where people are paying the really high prices just to say they have a rare machine in their collection, and not because like they really, really want to play it or enjoy it. But it is a good game. You know, it got a bad rap for a really long time. Didn't sell too well, but I mean, once you got a game like that going in the $4,000 range, you start to expect like depth and stuff like that, and you don't really get it with 24. It's a pretty simple game, actually. It's a fun game, and getting into the wizard mode is hard, but you can go buy a Metallica for that money, or my AC/DC's on the market for less than that, you know, like, yeah. Hey, see ya, Vavoof, and good luck once again, man, in your tournament. Good, buddy, thanks. Well, that's good, Jose. Alright. Patchouli! Patchouli! She actually came out. She tried jumping up on AC/DC, got up to the plunger, and then ran around in circles because she was like, I don't know what's going on. She jumped up to the couch and then went back on one of the cushions, and now she's quiet. But I guess she's going to be up there for the rest of the stream. Better than paying full price for a half-coded game. Well, 24's rule set, if that came out today, people would think it was half-coded. Or like, you know. I mean, some of the modern rule sets, you know, I don't know. People need to kind of look back on some of the older games that released. 24 has a full code set, and it's pretty basic compared to some of the newer stuff on launch. Although, had Stern not been in, you know, like a financially tight situation at the time, I bet you it would have been fleshed out eventually. But I like the rule set. I like what's there. It's a fast game. Steve Ritchie. The ramps flow really well. The points can be really big. Shots are really long. I like how the shots are just super long on 24. But not like annoyingly long like they are on like World Poker Tour. I still love World Poker Tour too, but I don't know. It just seems like it's easier to hit stuff on 24, especially that center ramp. You can just loop it over and over again. All right, so we're in into our main multi-ball. Super Jackpot's lit, so again you can just backhand that inner 8-ball shot. We're not going to worry about building the Trickshot value this time. I just want to play out my multi-ball properly. Wow, we got a drain.
You want more, huh?
Ooh, that was close. I always want more. Alright. Can we get control? No, I've got I got several offers actually. They're just not good offers, you know? Like, there's a fellow up in Delaware that messaged me and was like, I'll give you a roller coaster tycoon. And I'm like, no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. And actually, I can't be offensive, and you know, I can't take offense to it because I did specifically state on my post, if I get cash, if I do a cash plus trade deal, I do want a cheaper game. So it's just I just don't really want a roller coaster tycoon right now. Although I bet it would be fun to stream. But the guy's also in Delaware. That's not close, and he's got to drive, and I know he wants to take that out of the price. And it's like I don't want to lose that money. It's freaking AC/DC, man. And the only guy that's offered to buy it outright, kind of, I don't want to say shady, but he has like only like 15 posts on Pinside, and he's up in New York. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel like shipping, dude. I just want to figure out what's going on and just hopefully do a local deal.
Well done.
Roller Coaster Tycoon and Monopoly? No. No. If that was the case, yeah, I would take that on a heartbeat, but that'll never happen because everyone wants 2,500 plus for their Roller Coaster Tycoons in crappy condition. And that's the other thing, like, if I did this trade with this guy, I would end up taking a several $100 loss once it came time to selling Roller Coaster Tycoon. Because I know it's the kind of game I'd probably eventually get rid of. It would be fun, but I would totally eventually get rid of it. This is a shallow game. Super easy to get to wizard mode. I mean, I said the same thing about this game. Like, oh, it's easy to get to wizard mode. But I don't know, something about this game is just fun to pick up and play. It doesn't... I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a hypocrite right now. He actually had a World Poker Tour, and I was like, if you can give me World Poker Tour and $1,000, and you bring it down here, then I'll be happy to do a trade with you. But with the cash offer he gave me, yeah, it just wouldn't work out. Yeah, so what's going to end up happening is one of the local players, actually there's a local fellow in West Virginia, he reached out to me and offered to do a temporary trade. He's got a Mustang, and he said, we can just swap games for like a month or two. And I was like, yeah, if I don't get a good offer in like the next week or two, I will do that, because then I could just play Mustang and learn it for like a month or two. And he can learn AC/DC. He says he doesn't know anyone that has access to it, so, or he doesn't have access to it. So I'll probably end up doing that, and I'll either leave the game on the market, or I'll put it back on the market, or take it off and then put it back on the market after. What about a MacBook Pro? Hey, Oz. Yeah, Game of Thrones is good. I don't know if you're like talking in the right chat, Wolf, but you're like mentioning stuff like we haven't even talked about. But yeah, it's Game of Thrones. I do like Winter is Coming in that game. I try to play it out. You know, I've gotten good points from it. If you can really play it out, you can get. I've gotten 500 million points from it. So, yeah, I like that mode. It's obviously not a priority, but, you know, if I get those Winter is Coming shots going, yeah, I cash them out. What do you mean, Jose? What, are you offering me a MacBook Pro? Yeah, I don't want a MacBook Pro, actually, because that'll eventually be worth nothing. My AC/DC will still be worth something. You know, it would be... I do want a replacement for this laptop, but not at the expense of a pinball machine.
I like it.
Yeah, so in my listing, I basically had AC/DC listed. Not really looking to sell it outright. I either want a straight trade for a game that I would really like right now in the similar value range, like Rolling Stones or Big Buck or Transformers or something like that. Or like a cheaper $2,000-ish game plus like $1,800 cash, or like a $3,000 game or close to it plus $1,000 cash. Because I do need the money. I mean, I don't need it. I don't need it, but I could definitely use it. It's one of those things. Like, I could definitely use the money. Yeah, the only offers have been not local, which is really annoying. I never... It's like I rarely get like local offers on my games. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, so I actually got a reply from that guy on Pinside. I should check it out right now. Yeah, so I mean, I've got my AC/DC listed at 3,800. And he actually said he would do World Poker Tour plus 800. Which I think is still a little high for World Poker Tour, but he's bringing it like from 5 hours away. So, you know, gotta give him credit. He's driving the game here and not trying to be a douche and charge me $500 for it like some jackass in North Carolina tried on me one time. And I do want World Poker Tour. I had it 2 years ago, traded it just because like one of my Grail games came up. So that would give me a really good deep game that I like, plus good cash in my pocket. But I've got AC/DC listed at 3,800 because there's a coil in the top right. The control gate coil for the orbit is busted. It needs to be replaced. And I've had issues finding the part number. It's like an older part number. I think they've since updated it, and so I need to figure out what the new part number is and search for it by that. A few of the plastics are broken. So, you know, if you wanted to make the game perfect, you'd have to go buy a $120 plastic kit, because the plastics that are broken, you can't buy individually. It's really dumb. And then the coin door is all effed up. So I just need to get photos from him on his World Poker Tour. He said it's in good condition, LEDs and all that stuff, but I want to see it, obviously. Huh. Yeah, so I got the email from him like 20 minutes ago, and I was like, he probably just declined. I told him that like the lowest I can go as a cash trade with World Poker Tour was 800. And that's still, I think, a couple hundred higher than what World Poker Tour is worth. But again, taking the issues with AC/DC into consideration and then the distance he has to drive, you know, I'm okay with that deal. And I would definitely like to stream World Poker Tour again. But I just need to see the machine. That's all. But yeah, I was expecting him to actually come back and say, "Oh, no, it's okay. I don't want to do it." But no, he said, "Yeah, I can do 800." He offered me 500 at first, and I was like, normally I don't haggle with people. I don't like dealing with offers. And I'm the kind of person that's like, set a firm price and just stick with it, right? You know? Like, I price my stuff very fairly, right? I don't look to profit off all my machines. You know, everyone trying to profit off every game is why game prices are going up. It's not why, but it's certainly a factor. Everyone's always got to profit off their game. $100 here and there, it all adds up over the course of years. You know, one day World Poker Tour is worth $2,300, then the next day it's worth $28. Like, or one day Roller Coaster Tycoon's worth $1,800, then the next day it's worth $25. World Poker Tour streams are always good. Nice, Ether.
Excellent.
Did someone kick the coin door? Maybe? Maybe, Howard? No, I was very honest about the defects on AC/DC.
Yeah, man.
I was like, you're getting a badass game that's, you know, worth a chunk of change, and it still, despite the problems, it still plays amazing. You just have to take it as is and deal with these issues, which, if you just want to play the game, they're very, very minor issues. If you want to route the game, you're going to either need to replace the coin door or take it off and bang it back into place. You should be able to just bang it back into place. I mean, it was kicked one way. It could be kicked the other way.
You didn't mean that anyway.
Yeah, so... Nice, Ether. You saw that ad? Cool. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. I try to be honest with my games, you know? I'm not trying to, like... One of my big pet peeves is, oh, my game's really nice, and you go pick it up, and you're like, yeah, this cabinet is smoke faded. Like, that's not really nice. Like, I try to be honest about my games, but
Nice going.
I mean, it is AC/DC. I mean, it's one of those games where it's like, it's a damn good game. It's not a cheap game either. So I mean, I was hoping someone would just come through pretty quickly. So, and actually, once I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna reach back out to this guy and send him an email, and because I'm on vacation for the next 2 weeks, he could actually come anytime, really.
Shot requires skill.
But I need to see the World Poker Tour first. I've done deals in the past where I got the game sight unseen. And the games were fine themselves, but like their condition wasn't the best. Like my first Ripley's, for instance. Even my second Ripley's, I didn't have any photos of it.
You ain't half bad.
Or like, no, I had photos, but they weren't like super detailed photos, and so, you know, it was one of those, oh, this game's really nice. And you look at the photos, you're like, yeah, that's pretty nice. And then you get it, and you see all, like, the imperfections in person. You're like, oh, I didn't see that area of the cabinet eaten out and bondoed in and then painted over. Like, I didn't see that in the photos, and there's a whole bunch of, like, holes filled in.
I'm Jeanette Lee, the best pool player in the world.
The lamp that was thrown across the room, it was a chair, Jose. Actually, no, I think I did throw my standing lamp across the room. I'm actually a little disappointed they deleted those clips without... They told me they were going to delete them. Kevin reached out and was like, oh, yeah, we should probably delete those. And I was like, yeah, you probably should. But I wish that they saved them first so I could archive them for myself. Because I showed them the people on my video game Twitch stream, and they laughed their asses off. And after I throw the chair, I'm like, it was a shitty chair anyway. And it was. That was actually kind of a blessing in disguise. I lost a coin door, but I also lost a chair that was no good. It's no longer taking up space in my apartment.
Nice combo.
Yeah, it's funny, the first couple of balls are pretty awful, and yet here I am focusing now and we're still going in the same game. I tried limiting the extra balls in settings, but I'm obviously doing something wrong because it's still dishing out the extra balls, even though it really shouldn't be. You know, Burrs, it's the little things, man. You know, it's the little things. Yeah, so the next time I stream this game, I should have those flashers under the playfield replaced so they're not gonna, like, blind your eyes.
Very good. Do it again.
Another jackpot. You can't be stopped.
Hey, Dr. Chet, how you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. Well, you know, at least it's a memory I guess some people are probably fond of. It's the memory that counts, right? Yeah, it would be funny to have archived it, though. It just, like, cut out all, like, the Buffalo Pinball overlays. Because I could have done that in just video editing software. And then just posted it. Just as, like... Sometimes if I rage on camera, I like actually saving those videos. Not because I think it's, like, funny. Because, really, you shouldn't ever rage like that. It's not good. I mean, especially if you've got, like, family around. It's one thing, like, for me, because I live by myself, you know? I scare my cat for a minute, and that's it. But it's not a good example to set for one. But sometimes I like this. I like to save those clips just to remind myself, like, dude, don't ever do this again. Like, you know, just to kind of keep me in check. Like, I remember when I first started making video game videos on YouTube. It was in the first few months I was doing it. Probably the first 6 to 8 months. Hey, look, wizard mode. Cool. And I raged so bad. I raged so bad during a recording. It was absolutely awful. I was like screaming at the TV. Like the kind of sound like if you heard someone like yelling that way to someone else, you would think like that person was about to get murdered or something. And I've saved that footage ever since. Like you know, every time I stumble upon my YouTube folder, my YouTube projects folder, I see it, you know, once every now and then, and I watch it. I'm like, oof, that's embarrassing. No one ever saw it, but it's still there for me as a reminder, like, hey, like, step back a little bit, chill out, dude, you know? Yeah, so they're not good examples to set. You know, if you ever feel yourself getting that angry, you definitely got to do something to try to snap yourself out of it before you really blow, before you pop your top. But the whole chair thing was actually kind of funny. Like, that was a shitty chair anyway.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get control. There we go. There we go. Got that staging down. The staging is wonderful in this game. Why no third camera? I just don't really feel like showing myself. And it's one extra piece of equipment using up resources on this old laptop. I noticed that things would occasionally get choppy on the Buffalo stream, like if an alert came in or something. So I wanted to try to minimize that. Now, I've got a separate desktop rig. The idea was to eventually start using that for pinball streaming, because it's got an internal capture card. It's much, much more powerful. But I need to get a longer HDMI cable in order to be able to use that. So until that happens, I'm probably going to be relatively minimalistic here on this stream. But I mean, sometimes I also just don't want to be seen. Like, I get home from work, I'm all tired. I'm fugly looking, like just, you know, I just want to play pinball and relax, you know? I'm not trying to have this be all, like, proper and professional, you know? Alright, let's try to do this again, come on. What score are we at right now? It's kind of hard to tell. Huh. Getting close to the high scoreboard. There it is again. Let's get that hurry up this time. Remember that if you drain down the single ball play and the hurry up is still lit, you can hit it and you'll get the wizard mode back again. It's a nice little attention to detail I like a lot. See, like right now, and actually I should have used my post save. Oh! Yeah, I need to order some Amazon Basic ones, Burrs. I've been buying some, like, generic ones at Walmart, and honestly, I'm not sure if I feel the best about them. But the thing is, this camcorder uses like a mini HDMI, like mini HDMI. There's like multiple types of mini HDMI. There's HDMI cables that are like half the size of normal ones, and then the ones that go into the camcorder here that are like a quarter of the size. So I need to get one of those that's like, oh, I don't know, I guess being safe would be like 15, 20 feet long. I don't remember what the maximum length is for HDMI. I know it's not very long. I don't, it might be 15, might be 20. Micro HDMI. Okay, thanks for that, Burrs. That's actually good, because I probably would have typed in mini HDMI and got the wrong thing. I actually already have a mini to regular HDMI adapter, but my camera doesn't take that. It takes the micro. So unfortunately, instant info is not very good in this game, which was kind of typical for, you know, some of the games from this time period. So I can't really tell how many balls I have locked. At least I don't think I do. Let me pull both flippers in. We'll find out. We got a tilt warning. Okay, let's go for that mystery ball, actually. There we go. Yeah, the ooh. Mystery millions again. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, that little disc thing inside the mystery ball isn't working too terribly well. It is working. Oh, game over. Yeah, I thought someone said that they tried using a micro to HDMI converter and it wasn't working from this camcorder. I can try that. That would be a better solution, because I do have some, you know, 10 or 15 foot HDMI cables, and if I had my desktop right next to me, that would work. It would be nice to have like a mini that's like 15 feet long, and, you know, mini on one end, regular on the other, just to play it safe. Yeah, that's the thing, Burrs. I'm pretty sure I read on one of the forums that someone tried it with the Handycam specifically, and they had problems. But I'll order one anyway. I feel pretty good about the Amazon Basics ones. You know, I've had good luck with their stuff, and that's not coming back. I was close to the high score leaderboard. So what's kind of funny about this game is there's 10 leaderboard spots. Instead of like the usual 3, 4, or 5. Alright. Well, like I said, I'm going to stay true to my word, and I think I'm going to wrap the stream up here. There's actually a couple of things I need to do. I'm doing I'm doing my weekly YouTube stream tonight for my video game stuff, so I need to go make the thumbnails and set up the, schedule the stream so people see it in their inbox feeds, and, to let people know what I'm doing tonight. So I need to go do that, and, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. This will be exported over to my YouTube channel, so if you don't follow me on YouTube, my Pinball YouTube channel specifically, the other one I was talking about is my video game channel, but my Pinball YouTube channel, links are on my main channel page, so please go check those out, and feel free to subscribe over there. I will do pinball streams on YouTube as well. I did one over the summer. It was kind of interesting, so I'll probably do another one sometime in the future, but this will be exported over there either later today or sometime tomorrow. And if you guys want to come back, the first 20 minutes we were just cleaning the playfield and just talking about stuff like that. We swapped the rubbers out. The blue rubber actually worked out really well. I'm surprised. I was expecting it to be really difficult, but in a way it actually worked out really well because my game's really flat. It's very floaty as a result, and so the greater bounce pass ability actually really helped. So. Blue rigger cable died after about 6 months. Oh, okay. That's exactly what I'm looking for, Jose, actually, because I I think that's kind of what I want. I'm gonna buy both types, Burrs. I'm gonna buy the adapter set like you suggested. Then I'm gonna buy what Jose suggested as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just buy both and have extras on hand. And then I want to start using my actual main desktop rig that I have out. I have a separate, like I have a main like production system I use in the game room. But out in the living room, I have a a system from a couple years ago that's still pretty powerful. With it's got 16 gigs of RAM and FX 8350 processor in it, and I put a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti in it a couple months ago because you can use the NVIDIA encoder, and it pretty much offloads almost like everything from the CPU. It's really great. So it's kind of still a beast for streaming. And I plan on putting that on a cart and just wheeling the cart around to the machine I want to stream. So I can just kind of retire this gaming laptop I've been using for the last 2.5 years. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Bears. I appreciate it, man. I can't talk today, man. I'm like, Bears. Mispronunciating a lot of my words today. I don't know. It's been a long week. I'm on vacation starting now, so it's possible you guys might see me back sometime in the next 2 weeks streaming some pinball again, because I'm going to have a lot of free time on my hands, and there's the possibility I might even stream some afternoon or something like that, or some maybe do a nighttime stream. I don't know. We'll see how I feel, but yeah. Busy week this week at work, and then I've streamed every day after work as well, both on my gaming channel and pinball. You want to come over here? Come on, Patchouli. It's your last chance. We're about to end. Patchouli, what you doing? What you doing, Patchouli? Hi. You want to come show your face? They can hear you, I bet. Can you guys hear her? Hi. Hi, Patchouli. Good girl. Here, can you jump over here? Can you jump over here? Hey, come here. Hey, Patchouli. Alright, she's being a pain in the ass. She jumped up to the counter, and the second I went to go grab her, she jumped back over to the couch. Come on. Come on. Come on, Patchouli. How about over here? You want to come over here? Patchouli. She's not cooperating. Alright, well that's going to do it for me, guys. You're not hearing her this time? Yeah, because she's a good 20 feet away from the mic. Alright. Hi, how's it going? How's it going, Patchouli? Stop it. Stop it. There you go. Good girl, Patchouli. It's about time. I had to pick her up. See ya, Jose. Come here. There you go. Good girl. Oh yeah, I will, man. Hey, Patchouli. There she is. There, let's angle the camera a little bit. There you go. She's being a pain in the ass today. Normally she's a pain, which is why when I did the Buffalo stream, I would leave her in the bedroom for the whole stream. But normally she jumps up onto the counter, which is, you can't really see it, but it's like kind of like right here. It's just off camera. And she'll get on the counter and then jump from the counter to the pinball machine. Hey, there's Kevin. Speak of the devil. How are you doing, man? And she would usually just do that and just join me. But today she was jumping on the counter and then jumping back to the couch like she was scared of something. I think it was because she jumped down, tried jumping on AC/DC, but failed. She got like halfway up. She didn't do like a big power jump. I don't know why. So, Yeah, that might have freaked her out. How are you doing? Here, come over here.
What you doing?
Ugh. Got the sniffles today. It's like the second I start talking, I start sniffling. I didn't have sniffles at all tonight at work. Here, let's go full screen with this. Yeah, so I'm gonna set up my template. We're gonna get some template things going on here, but I've been, the first step was just getting all my stuff configured back for my AKM pinball stuff. I don't think Buffalo Pinball would have appreciated it very much if I left the stream key in and accidentally started streaming on their channel. So yeah, I had to go and configure everything, remove the old alert boxes. That was the first step. The next step is going to be to make some templates. So this is my current template. It's just using the DMD cam right now. This is my getting started template. I just have it shoot the DMD cam. Or sorry, not the DMD cam, but the whole back box until I'm ready to go. And then I transition over like that, basically. So maybe like I said, I've got 2 weeks off work now, starting now. Or 2.5 weeks, technically. And maybe I'll work on some templates during this break. I did all the template stuff for my video game channel recently, so now I just have to do it for my pinball channel. There you go. But this will do for now. At least you guys get a full screen view of Patchouli. So if you guys missed her when I was streaming on Buffalo Pinball, here she is. I know we got some folks out there that might not have followed me over to Buffalo Pinball when I started there. So you might not have seen Patchouli before. Because I didn't do a lot of pinball streaming with her before I joined Buffalo. At least I don't remember. But here she is. So whenever I stream on this channel, you can totally expect her. All right, are you ready, Patchouli? This doesn't really matter if you're ready. Yeah, I bought this little LED lamp too. Check this out. It was like $6 at Walmart. I still need to get an AC adapter for that LED panel Kevin suggested, but it clamps onto my machine, and it actually does decently. So I had it pointed like this way for the whole stream. I had it kind of like that, not as much like that. I had it tilted this way a little bit, but if you turn it off and on, you can see the difference it makes. I think it was $6 well spent. Came with an LED panel built in already. I was like, hey. I was like, if it sucks, whatever, I'll toss it. If it's fine, then I'll use it. So it seems like it's fine. Of course, I could point it more at the playfield and at the cat, apparently. So it's all about ghetto rigging those stream setups, guys. You don't need $1 million to start a stream. You just need some really crappy $6 Walmart lamps and you're good to go. Right, Patchouli? Right. All right, we gotta go, Patchouli. We gotta go. go, Patchouli? Alright, let's get out of here. No. She's bumping the D&D cam. Alright, let's get down. Let's get down, Patchouli. Come on. No, this way. This way, Patchouli. Let's get down. Come on. Let's get down. Here. I'll help you down. Good girl. You coming back up? You come? She just put her down on the floor. She just jumped right back up. Thanks, Burrs. I'm sure I'll see you again, Burrs. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to be doing a whole lot of streaming. Patchouli, I have to go. I don't want to stop the stream with you there. Because people will be like, what happened? Did it just cut out? Jeez, Patchouli, you smell today. I'm not being, like, facetious or anything. She actually kind of stinks. You're a stinky kitty. You're a stinky kitty. What's over here, Patchouli? What's over here? Alright, we're just going to leave you there. Alright, I'm going to turn the game off. There it is. Game is off. We're going to turn out that lamp too. We don't need it on. And I guess we'll turn out this one. So take it easy, guys.